Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
To this day.
Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. All right, guys, so I want to talk about Terrence Crawford. So, first thing first, I want to say I have an abundance of love for Terrence Crawford. He is definitely one of my favorite fighters in boxing. I have a lot of respect for him and his accomplishments. I respect Terrence Crawford's resume. A lot of people like to down Crawford's resume, but I look at it like this, man. Terrence Crawford becoming undisputed at 140 pounds is not something to be sneezed at. I'm not going to act like it didn't happen. It was history being made, and the history has already been written in the record books. So for me not to take that into consideration, even in 2019 and shit looking into the future, even in 2020, for me not to take that into consideration and how I rate him today, it's not fair at all. So I'm definitely going to give Terrence Crawford the respect that he deserves. Now, even when it comes to his welterweight resume, just isolating his career at 147, a lot of people don't take into consideration the win over Jeff Horn. They say, it was to be expected. This should have happened. But no matter how we look at it, no matter how you feel, the fact of the matter is that Jeff Horn, he did beat Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao did not stop Jeff Horn. Manny Pacquiao did not knock down Jeff Horn. And it's not like you can say, oh, Manny Pacquiao was old. Remember, Manny Pacquiao at an older age, he beat and knocked down Keith Thurman. So, to me, that says a whole lot about Manny Pacquiao. Now, I understand that drug tests weren't implemented in that Keith Thurman fight, but I'm not the type of person that's going to put the jacket on a person that they're a drug cheat until they fail a test. Because last time I checked, Keith Thurman said he was A-OK with it. Hey, Keith Thurman could have been dirty in that fight. He could have been dirty in that fight as well, all I know. And I don't know shit about the drugs that they possibly could have been taking. I don't know nothing about it. But with that being said about Manny Pacquiao, with that being said about Keith Thurman and Jeff Horn and all that good shit, just going down memory lane, I do have an issue. I don't have an issue with Terrence Crawford calling out Floyd Mayweather, because I feel anyone in and around the 140, 147, 154 pound weight class should be calling out Floyd Mayweather. If he gonna bring his old ass back into the sport and he wants to disrupt some shit, he needs to be, at bare minimum, called out by these young lions in the sport. Now, the issue I do have is, Bud, you're not gonna get that fight, but I'm not the type of person to say, don't shoot the shot, because you never know what can happen. You never fucking know. But with that being said, Terrence Crawford, I don't like the friendship bullshit in boxing. I made that plenty clear on previous videos that I've made. I'm all about, if only person I don't feel that you should fight is if it's your brother, and if, let's just say, you guys have the same trainer and it's like an extremely close relationship, and you separated from your trainer to link up with somebody else would be an unfair advantage, then I'll give you a pass on that, because it's not an even playing field. But it's certain stipulations I would be okay with that. Let's just say it was a guy at 140 and the guy at 147. The guy at 140 want all the smoke with the guy at 147, but they had the same trainer. And the guy at 140 keeps his trainer, and the guy at 147 goes to another trainer, and they're both top-level fighters, I'm on board with that fight. Cool. Now, Terrence Crawford. I got all of my backstory and all of my opinions out of the way when it comes to giving you as much credit as possible. But this bullshit-ass opponent, Green Machine, I understand it's your mandatory, but outside of that, I don't see you fighting anyone. I know I sent Yordenis Ugas a tweet, and I asked him would he be interested in facing Terrence Crawford. I mean, we all know Ugas isn't fluent in English, but he responded with a like of the tweet that I said. So I'm gonna take that as Ugas interested. That's all I can say. I'll take that as it's bare minimum a level of interest from Ugas to fight Terrence Crawford. Ugas has a lot of dog in him. He's a big, strong guy at 147. He has a Cuban school of boxing, and I feel like Ugas is the type of guy that he has other wrinkles to his game that he hasn't broken out yet, and facing a guy like Terrence Crawford that I feel like he's physically superior to, he'll be able to do that against Terrence Crawford. But Bud, man, you gotta put some of these guys on notice, and we can't say that Top Rank isn't willing to work with PBC primarily because they made a fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and we understand that that's a bigger fight than Terrence Crawford versus majority of the people on PBC. The only other fight that I would say is somewhat comparable will be Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. But outside of that, Terrence Crawford should be able to make a fight. Now, I know certain guys like Danny Garcia may duck Bud, and Keith Thurman may duck Bud, and Bud and Sean, they on this bullshit that they friends and they not going to be forced to fight each other, all of that. But at the same time, you have Ugas out here. You have Ugas is a person that I feel like he deserves a rematch with Sean Porter, and I feel like he deserves a shot at Terrence Bud Crawford as well. But unfortunately, the WBO, they always on that bullshit, and they never put top guys, the actual top guys in the division, in their rankings. I understand that the PBC doesn't recognize the WBO as a belt. They also excluded the WBO belt when they displayed it this past weekend when they showed Andy Ruiz. They showed him with the IBF belt. They showed him with the WBA belt, but they completely excluded the WBO belt, even though the picture that they had of Andy Ruiz, it included the WBO belt. So, Bud Crawford, man, I mean, it's a lot of, I got a lot of love for you, but the criticism is real when it comes to the bare minimum effort. If I feel like you're a top guy and I have belief in you and I feel like you can dominate, you have the potential to dominate your weight class, even though you may have some 50-50 fights lingering around, I root for you to face the top guys. The same thing I do for Jamal Charlo as well. It ain't nothing about hate. It's simply, I believe that you are the best or one of the best, and all I want from you is to face the top guys. So, Bud Crawford, this is Nino Brown Boxing putting you on notice. Call out Ugas. Call out Ugas. Ugas is a great opponent for your resume, because even though a lot of people would not going to want to say it, and I don't believe it to be the case, but the optics of the situation, it looked like Errol Spence doesn't have interest in fighting Ugas, and that could be the angle that Terrence Crawford takes, because Ugas has been lined up. Ugas was robbed of that knockdown that he legitimately got over Sean Porter. Sean Porter not calling for no damn Ugas match. He can't get an immediate match with Errol Spence because Errol Spence is in recovery mode. His 2020 fight already got pushed back. I don't see Sean Porter calling out Ugas for a rematch. I don't see that shit at all. So, Terrence Crawford, this is an open opportunity. This is an open invitation. You get on Twitter, you get on social media, and you call out Floyd Mayweather, well, call out Yordenis Ugas. He's definitely deserving. He's one of the top guys in the weight class, and that would be a great fight, and that would be a great name to have on your resume at 147. It's Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC, and I'm out.